What's going on, Trainwrecks? My name is Dominick Juliano and I'm a Beautiful Trainwreck. I recently had wide excision surgery to address my stage 3 hidradenitis, and I'm happy to be sharing that journey with you. Today my skin graft site is about 3 weeks old, and I'd like to share with you the current status of it. I'd like to show you the donor site, which is kind of scabby, but it looks great, and I'd like to show you the difference between the two areas. Things are moving along great, and I can't wait, so let's get right into it. Before I get started, I do want to give a bit of a disclaimer. I'm going to be showing some parts of my body, and it's a little bit graphic. I'm going to be showing my right armpit. I recently had wide excision surgery underneath my right armpit, and I now have a very, very awesomely healing skin graft underneath my right armpit. And I'd like to compare that to my active Hidradenitis Suppurativa site underneath my left armpit. And I currently am 1 month out from having wide excision surgery underneath my left armpit. I got lots of information to share about that, so make sure you watch this video all the way to the end.
Oh, how to put your seatbelt on when you have HS. That's how. Good freaking times, man. Today I got 8 injections underneath my left armpit. Man, I say it a lot. I think those of us who deal with hidradenitis suppurativa, we really develop like a high tolerance for pain. Let's see, it has been, I don't know, I think right under 2 months since I got my wide excision surgery. I know it's been about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks since I got my skin graft underneath my right armpit, and life-changing. I mean, absolutely life-changing. I have no pain underneath my right armpit. I mean, to be fair, I can't really feel much underneath my right armpit right now, but where under my left armpit, I still have a ton of pain. I have none underneath my right. And it just, my outlook on moving forward with this surgery is 200% more of what it was even before getting it. I can't wait to get the other side done, honestly. Life-changing. I am going to say one thing. Having the opportunity to talk to you all in the HS group is incredible. It has raised my spirits, and I hope that us being able to communicate, all of us being able to communicate and share and stuff like that, raises yours as well, because you feel a lot less like you're by yourself. You know, I have only met like a couple people in person that have HS, and I haven't met very many people that even know what HS is, let alone, you know, people that understand what it is you're going through. So I cannot say enough how happy I am to have found this group, honestly. You guys fucking rock. You don't find many people at all that even know about it, let alone have it. So you kind of feel like there's no one that can understand that, you know, you are like severely bruised. That's the best way I can describe to people, is you are severely bruised around your joints, and it just freaking hurts to move a lot of times, and it just drives you crazy. And yeah, being able to talk to other people that know what you're going through and are dealing with that excruciating pain every day has really boosted my spirits, and I hope it's boosted yours as well. I mean, besides, who else do I get to complain to that gauze isn't sticking to my body?
Being able to connect with others and being able to discuss their situations, their experiences, and being able to answer some questions that has been a huge opportunity for me, because that's exactly what I was after when I started this video series. You know, one of the biggest bummers about this skin condition is that there's not a lot of information out there, and you really don't know like where to turn. So I think being someone who is experiencing hidradenitis suppurativa, I have the opportunity to at least put it out there that if you're watching this video, you're not the only one that's trying to figure out more information about it. Recently, I had wide excision surgery on underneath my right armpit. I had a 5" by 5" patch of skin removed. The HS had gone all the way down into all the sweat glands and the oil glands, and my surgeon said, hey, this has to go. This is pretty much, you know, your only option at this point for us to be able to relieve the amount of pain that you're in right now. So this has been a crazy experience, but it's been a very positive experience, honestly. The current pain level underneath my right armpit is, I'd say, probably 1 or 0, compared to my left armpit, which is currently stage 3 and very active. I'd say my pain right now is around like a 5 or 6. I'm pretty bruised up right now. I just came back from the dermatologist. I got 8 shots underneath there. So the inflammation is going down quite a bit, which is fantastic. My wife and I are going to be showing you how she and I go about our dressing changes for the wound site. Right now, the donor site where the skin graft came from, I no longer have a bandage on it. I just have a big old red looking scab on it. It's honestly the biggest scab I've ever had, like in one area. It's pretty cool. Underneath my right armpit, the skin graft has almost no scabbed areas left. It's just straight up skin now. As far as cleaning and care of my current sites, underneath my left armpit, I've got an ongoing flare-up that's been going on for quite a freaking while. What I use is, I use this Oxy-10 stuff. A lot of us, when we're teenagers, we use this to treat our acne. Well, right now, I use this because it's oil-free, and I guess the best way to explain it is it kills all the bacteria that's in the skin, and that's important when you have HS, is you got to kill all the bacteria in your skin as often as possible. As far as treating it, I'm on clindamycin phosphate, and I just dab the crap out of it afterwards. You got to get your tip of this thing, you got to push it. Nobody explained this to me, so I kind of had to figure it out myself. It's almost like a pump. You got to like pump it a few times until some of the liquid comes out, and then just dab the crap out of it. Because it's painful normally when you're touching an active flare-up site, when you dab it, just get this thing as wet as possible and just kind of like lightly get on there as best as you can. Those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about, just go the best you can, man. I know that it sucks and it's a sensitive area. As far as cleaning any areas, including areas that have open wounds, this Hibiclens stuff is probably the best stuff that you can get, mostly because you can clean yourself pretty well without actually like touching it. What I mean is, so this Hibiclens stuff, I'm not going to squirt any out because it's pink, but if you can see in there, there's this little hole, and what that allows you to do is invert the bottle and kind of like squirt it in there and squirt it in there, and at least you're getting this stuff. For those of you who don't know, this is what you clean yourself with before you have surgery. So it cleans everything out, and it really helps with flare-ups. In my next video, I'd like to discuss something that's very important. It's something that all of us who are affected by HS we struggle with, and that has to do with confidence, and that comes from self-care. What I mean by confidence is the belief in ourselves. When we have something go on that constantly affects us and drags us down, it's going to affect the way that we believe in ourselves. And I'd like to share with you all some of my experiences. I realize that hidradenitis suppurativa can really affect our mobility. It can affect our ability to socialize with others. It can affect our ability to do the things that we really enjoy. So I think it's important that we develop ways that we can cope with this. One of the most beneficial things that you can do is to develop a very strong support system if you can. Okay, so we are 6 weeks past my initial surgery, and I want to say my skin graft is about 3 weeks old. This is what stage 3 hidradenitis suppurativa looks like when it is active and inflamed. It's not nearly as inflamed as it has been in the past. I still get a little bit of drainage around there. It's still very, very painful. But I have light at the end of my tunnel. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to feel surrounded by the light. Now, on my right-hand side, I have a skin graft that is about 3 weeks old, and most of the scabbing and crusties are gone. I feel great. It is very numb, like when I touch it. So it's weird more than anything else. I guess it's the best way I can describe it. The donor site of my skin graft is healing really well. Just a little bit of like flaky scabs, but other than that, I put this A&D ointment stuff on it, and it's been working out pretty well. So the first thing we do is we get some Vaseline and we kind of glob it all on there.
Make sure it's on the scabby parts and then the irritated pieces.
Yeah, there's like a small irritated spot. It's like right on the tendon. So we've been really trying to double up on the Vaseline on there. And this is more to protect the skin and aid it in healing. After we put the Vaseline on, we got this yellow zero form. Think of it as like a piece of gauze with a whole bunch of like really waxy type of Vaseline, and it's like that so that it doesn't stick to the wound. You really do not want any gauze sticking to your wound because it will burn to high hell when you're trying to change your dressing.
This was actually the first layer for your wound vac as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So when he had the wound vac before the skin graft, that went right next to all the tissue on the inside, and then they put the wound vac over that yellow gauzy stuff.
Yeah. After we do the Vaseline directly on the skin graft, we put the zero form gauze pad, and then on top of the zero form, we put an abdominal pad, and we wrap it with this gauze material. I can't remember what this is called. It's
Curlex.
Yeah, Curlex. Curlex. It's like a type of gauze. It's pretty easy to wrap around a wound. And after that, I can put my arm down and we just tape up a little bit. It's important that you keep in mind where you're putting your tape. Try not to put tape in the same spot 2 days in a row. Otherwise, you can get some pretty gnarly tape burn.
I don't want to get your beard.
Why does the entire world always revolve around my beard? Okay, and this is what it's like to be taped up with the gauze pad underneath my surgical site. And yeah, hope maybe that might answer some questions you might have about how to protect this thing after surgery. I know like that was something that was a concern of mine. So this, hold on a second. Whoops. Fix that later. Okay, this is the finished product. It is all taped up underneath my arm and it's my chest. So essentially that's like the easiest way to apply the tape, is to start it around like your shoulder and then go around your chest once and then finish it off and tape it up, and then kind of get it across the shoulder blade and then one piece down on the side, and you're done. So the dressing change, yeah, it's a little bit awkward at first, but once you get like a system down, it's really not that bad. I think the important thing is to get an idea of where you're putting your tape. I know that may not seem like a big deal at first, but it will be once you start getting tape burn. try not to tape in the same exact spot every time. Otherwise, you're more or less going to start tearing off some of your skin. Thank you all for being a part of this journey. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for reaching out. I really, really dig all your comments. And the only way out is through.
Let go of everything.